Hey everybody, welcome back. I just wanted to take a few minutes and talk about the whole Ezekiel Elliot versus the offensive line chicken or the egg theory. Some people seem to think that if Zeke went elsewhere and didn't have this offensive line that they have in Dallas, that he wouldn't be as successful as he is here. And there's no way to tell. That's a big what if. The Cowboys had a plan in mind when they drafted Zeke, and that was to let this team run through Zeke, limit Tony Romo's pass attempts, and control the game. And the reason they did that is because, there's tape out there. Once Romo exceeds 40 pass attempts, that's bad news. We also were rebuilding the defense, and running the ball, controlling the clock was a great way to make up for a poor defense. It just so happens that Romo got hurt. Dak came in, played really well, replaced Romo, and that's where we are today. Now, I want to focus on the 6 games that Zeke missed last year. The first game he went out due to the suspension was against Atlanta, and we all remember what happened that game. That's when our season started to derail. It just so happens that same week, that same game, Tyron Smith went out on the first drive with a back injury. Dak got sacked 6 times that game. The Cowboys' offense was abysmal. They couldn't move the ball, they couldn't score, and that was the same case for 3 games in a row. They scored less than 10 points 3 games in a row. Now, towards the end of Zekes' suspension, they started to put it all together, and they started winning a couple of games, and then Zeke came back. Now, everybody wants to say that, hey, they averaged the same amount of rushing yards without Zeke there, but here's the difference. They weren't scoring touchdowns on the ground, and they couldn't pick up crucial third downs. Too many times they found themselves in 3rd and long, and that's not good with Dak. And I've put up videos of Dak where I'm showing you all that we can trust in Dak, but he's only going to go as far as his running game takes him. He's not going to put the team on his shoulders like a Tom Brady and go and sling the ball 40 times a game and put up 40 points. He needs help, and that's okay. And that's what Zeke's job is. This offense runs through Zeke. And as far as this offensive line goes, the Cowboys have invested a ton of money. They've got 3 All-Pros with Smith, Martin, and Travis Frederick. All right, they've got another guy who would have been drafted in the 1st round with Lyle Collins. So they've got really 4 first-round offensive linemen on the team, 3 of which are All-Pros. Okay, and they all got paid. I think this is more of a case of greatness stacked on top of greatness. I don't think it's all the offensive line. I don't think it's all Zeke, but I think that by pairing them together, I think that that's why this is a guy who's going to have 1,500 yards or more per season rushing, unless he gets suspended or hurt. I don't think this offensive line shines as bright without Zeke, because he does have some plays where he gets hit behind the line of scrimmage and is able to get 1, 2, 3 yards out of it, whereas other running backs, they get hit behind the line of scrimmage and it's a -1 or a 0-yard gain. But it also goes the other way. There's times where there's holes that are 3 feet wide for Zeke to run through. And, he's got the speed to be able to take it to the house, whereas a lot of other backs, and most backs on this team, they're going to take it 10, 15 yards, and they're going to get hit by a safety and go down. I go back to Joseph Randle. As much as I hate to do that, he said there was a lot of meat left on the bone when DeMarco Murray set the single-season rushing record for the franchise. He wasn't wrong. He wasn't the guy to pick up that slack and find that meat, obviously, but he wasn't wrong. I think that season, if Zeke was in the game, if Zeke was in the NFL at that point, he would have had a 2,000-yard season. But that's a what if, you don't know. Since coming in the league, Zeke was 1st in 2016 in rushing yards. Probably would have been 1st in 2017. He was 10th in the league in rushing yards after missing 6 games. He almost broke 1,000 yards. In both of his seasons, he's averaged over 4 yards per carry. The first season was 5.1, second season was 4.1. And again, it's not all Zeke. It's not all the offensive line. It's somewhere in the middle. But you can't definitively say that if he went elsewhere, he wouldn't be as good. You can't say that. In a video they put up on NFL.com the other day, Michael Robinson ranked the top 5 running backs in the league, and he left Zeke off the list. He had him at 5B. He had him tied for that 5th spot. He had guys like Leonard Fournette up there. And Fournette's a great back. He barely broke 1,000 yards last season. All right. He had, I think it was 11 touchdowns. But this guy's been in the league for 1 year. Okay, he didn't do what Zeke did in year 1, not even close to it. All right. And he wants to put him on the top 5, but not Zeke. I could see guys like Le'Veon Bell, Todd Gurley, David Johnson. Those kind of guys I see could be ranked ahead of Zeke. It's arguable, it's debatable. All those guys, my top 5, you can interchange any of those guys. Okay? and I'd be happy with it. But to leave Zeke off the list of top 5 running backs in the league, man, he's crazy. That's insane. Must have been going for clicks or something. I don't know if they wanted people to freak out and leave comments or what that was all about, but that's ridiculous. But hey, let me know what you all think, and if you like my videos, hit that subscribe button, and hey, I'll catch you next time.